Ladies and gentlemen, Elevated. Elevated is the name of this, well, the theme of this video, mainly because the builder and the communities that we're featuring have been elevated. The builder, Pacific Lifestyle Homes, does not only have elevated designs, but they have elevated the design experience that we're gonna get into just a little bit later. First community I'm gonna be showing you is Inspirado. That's where I'm at. This is a master plan community with commercial options up front, walkable to the grocery store and other little stores that they have planned going on over there, not to mention an actual clubhouse, pool, pickleball, all that good stuff. The second community is called Starpointe. That is just across the street. It's gonna be a little bit different than this side over here at Inspirado, as you'll see, mainly because they're gonna have bigger lots over there, 50, 60, 70 foot lots versus over here at Inspirado, a little smaller, but you have better access to the commercial side over there. Now, these two communities are located in Northwest Meridian, but I'm telling you, when you walk into some of these Pacific Lifestyle homes that I'm about to show you, you don't feel like you're over here. I kind of feel like I'm up in the foothills right over there. And here's the best thing is price point, right? Price point, we're gonna be in the high 600s, all the way up to the millions, depending on what lot you choose, because if you choose some lots like these over here, which we'll see in a little bit, those are gonna be your pricier lots because they are the view lots. If you get closer in the front, you're gonna be a little bit cheaper, right? But I think the real golden nugget is they're only in phase 1 right now. They still have phase 2, 3, and 4 coming up, not to mention Starpointe across the way has their own section and more communities throughout the valley. So if I piqued your interest at all throughout this video, or you wanna see more floor plans by Pacific Lifestyle Homes, go ahead and give me a call, reach out to me. My name is Leo Lupoli. If we haven't met, I enjoy moving people out here to Idaho, and my specialty is finding communities like this that you've never really heard of, never thought of or considered, and most importantly, negotiating and getting you through that transaction and make it as smooth as possible. So again, give me a call. Don't care if you're moving next week, next year, whatever. Strategy begins now. Let's jump into these houses and check out this community. Okay, this is house number 1, again by Pacific Lifestyle Homes. You can see pretty modern look with all these angles. There's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 different builders in this, this subdivision, different styles that you can see through the different builders. But looking at Pacific Lifestyle, got a modern, more, you know, more modern approach to their style. We'll get into the neighborhood. I'll show you more. I got a lot to say about this, of what's coming. This is only phase 1. We got phase 2 coming over here, and phase 3, we got some view lots. So we'll get out over there and check those out a little later. All right, inside, you got the, forgive me, my memory is shot. I don't remember the name of the floor plan, pricing, square feet. We're gonna get all of that later in the video, and I'll break it down, show you the prices for the entire community, what's coming, how much it's gonna cost to live here. But right off the bat, I mean, let me stop and just, you got, you know, tons of lights. I haven't even gone down there yet. Tons of light over there coming through, really bright. Let's go right over here to the front room. They got it staged as a nice office space, good size. Get in here, you got a large window. It's really bright in here. I don't know if this camera can capture all of that, but it is really bright in here. And of course, right off the room, you got a full bathroom, perfect for guests if you have. If someone wants their own little section of the house. This is 3 bedrooms in here. So you'll see each one is separated. You got the first bedroom up front. We got the master on the first floor, down the hallway, another bedroom upstairs. Over here is the laundry room. Good size, got a little closet in there. Hang some clothes when you're too lazy to fold, just throw it in there. And of course, a good coat closet right off the entrance. Let's come down this hallway. Love the flooring, nice and bright. Goes with all these windows. So let's get a little sneak peek. We got some rooms to go through here, but sneak peek. Very bright, like it. And right over here, got a little half bath for all your guests. Do like the tile work in here. I feel like that's a thing. I feel like every half bath in the house always has to have a nice backsplash, or not backsplash, what do you call that? Accent wall in there. And then another coat closet. Right over here is a little mud room. Like I always say, you gotta have that in Idaho, especially with the rain and slush and everything. And this is nothing fun. This is just the furnace and whatnot right up in here. And the sales office, which would be your garage, right over here. But we're not gonna go in there. We're not gonna bug them. Let them do their thing. I don't wanna take away sales from them, so let's let them do their work. Now let's go to the, you know what, no, we'll talk about this in a minute. Let's go upstairs, because love this space. Here's a quick little snapshot again. Really open. Upstairs, you got this little loft, hangout, second living room. I call this the teen spot just because they always want their own area. But really in this house, it really is a teen spot because this is another bedroom. This is not the master bedroom. That's down on the first floor. Got its own closet. And its own full bathroom. And this, I don't know what you would call this. This is a bonus storage area. It's really slim, just a couple feet. And it has this little door, which I suppose any of your contractors, if you have any issues, would appreciate, because they have quick access to the attic to get in there and do what they need to do. If you buy this home, easy for the inspector to get in there, make sure all these trusses are done well. All right. I talked about it briefly when we were out front looking at that map, but we are in phase 1. You got phase 2 coming down over here, and phase 3 a little further. I believe this is phase 4. Nonetheless, these are the view lots. We're gonna go over there. I'm gonna show you. You can kind of see what the view is. It's hard to tell, but got a little ravine over there, backdropped, and all those cows. You can't see it on camera, but you gotta feel the cows over there, and a great view of the foothills. That's gonna be their prime lots. And again, we'll head over there in a minute and check those out. But let's go downstairs, finish this house, and look at probably the best feature of this house, which is the kitchen living room area. Super bright, tons of lights, tall ceilings. This is phase 1. This isn't their prime lots, but man, this living area makes it feel like it is. Super modern finishes. Love that fireplace. A lot of light in here. Kitchen has the waterfall island with the countertops going all the way down to the floor. Textured backsplash. Ooh, let's go here. You got your double oven, microwave, textured backsplash, and the wonderful pot filler. Are these still in? I have one client building a home right now who just put that in their house. I don't see it too often anymore though. I don't know if those are still in, if they're cool, do people like them? I don't know. But I have seen one like right here, kind of built in, and that's where they had their dog food. They fill up the water there, and you know, you don't have to pick up their bowl and come over here or anything like that. That's one privileged dog, I will say. And of course, little pantry. It's like the employees be drinking on the job. Just kidding. Probably had an event or something. Again, really cool features. A lot of really bright, high ceilings. It makes it almost feel like you have a home up in the foothills, because this is what I see up there with another builder I won't name because I am highlighting Pacific lifestyle homes. But it really feels high end in here. Not to mention this little corner. What do you call this? Wine corner? Serving corner? Second pantry? I don't know. But nice extra storage. Put all your fancy plates, nice wines, nice drinks. Maybe put a little, cut that out. Put a little wine fridge if you wanted in there. Now backyard, smaller. It's not the biggest lot. But again, not everyone needs the biggest lot. Sometimes I find people who come out here to buy a home and they don't want to buy a ride-on lawn mower. They just want an easy to maintain lot, and I think that's what you're getting here. Interesting fact about these fences, you're not going to really see this anywhere else, mainly because those are pretty custom to the developers here. They did not want the vinyl fences that you see all around the valley that everyone uses. They wanted something that's unique, still had privacy, but felt open, modern. So the people who make the fences built this for them. So good privacy, you can still see through, see over, looks clean, it's modern, different color. And let's look at this. Up here, huge ceilings, I don't know, 15 foot? Really high up there. Again, this stuff you see up in some higher end custom home builders, maybe up on the foothills that I'm seeing in this home. And this is, you know, just a 3-bedroom home, but really nicely done. And of course you can't forget the gas line there for some outdoor living. Now let's head back in. And let's go into the master off the first floor, which is what everyone wants. Huge windows, tons of light continuing on through here. Can't be upset about that. I guess you can, because you have to buy a good amount of blinds, but hey, good size room, nothing crazy outlandish. Barn door, again, is that still in? I don't know, but it looks nice in here, especially with the concept and design they got going on. As you see here with the shower, just a single glass panel, no door, just kind of walk in, double shower heads. Ooh. Okay, I failed to prepare properly and I did not charge my gimbal. That's why it fell. So we're gonna go on and I'm just gonna hold my phone. So if the camera from here seems a little shaky, apologize, just flow with it. There's a lot of good things in this community I still wanna show you. So let's get right back into the tour. All right, like I said, shower, single glass pane, double shower heads, got a bench over there. And right off to the right, you got your linen closet, toilet over here with its own door, and the master closet. Plenty of room. Then again, every time I think it's plenty of room, it's never enough room. So make your own judgment call on that, but I think it's plenty of room. And right here, this is what I'm seeing a lot of. Back in the olden days, they had a single glass panel for both sinks, for the his and her sinks. But now I'm seeing a lot of this where each little faucet area has its own individual mirror and light, and you have this open area in the middle, which I think I like. I think I'm a fan of this new style versus one giant single pane. And I think it'd be too much given that they have a single glass pane back over here. Really cool feature. I like it. Let me know in the comments if that's a style you like. All right, we just walked outside of home number 1 and I just ran into Juan, who is one of the sales associates for Pacific Lifestyle Home, and he told me just down the way, a couple homes down, is the same floor plan, except without that third bedroom and bonus area upstairs. And I'd say about top 5 requests I always get from people that I help move out here is that they want a single story floor plan. So we're gonna jump inside this one. It's the same exact thing of what we just saw, without that bedroom and that bonus living room upstairs. And it's pretty cool because that living area just got a whole lot bigger because they don't have the staircase that's in the way over there. So let me turn this camera around, let's check it out. All right, so here we go. It's the same thing, large hallway. It's gonna be different finishes in here. I don't have all the lights turned on, excuse me. Different finishes, floor plan's gonna be flip-flopped and it's not staged, so you don't get to see all the cool things and little details they do, kind of like this. Just a little empty room, just like we had before with the front office. Now that third bedroom that was upstairs gets moved right over here, right across the way, and you have that bedroom right here. So It's a little more, I would say, traditional. You'll see that in a lot of floor plans when you walk in, right off to the left or right. That's where you're gonna have your bedrooms. And here is the washer dryer space right over here. It's a little more traditional in that sense. Again, let's go down to the kitchen. Long hallway, and this place just got a whole lot bigger because now you don't have a set of staircase that was right here cutting off this. So huge area, tons of light still. Let's see where we at. North is this way. So come sunset, this is gonna be amazing. A lot of light coming in through here. You're not gonna need to turn on any of the lights. Over in the kitchen, pantry, got a white backsplash, brown cabinets. Got to have the farm sink with the black in here. I don't remember what the other house had. Go back in the video and check it out. But 2 ovens, microwave, and of course this over here. I would say between this and that last one, you know, if you need more space, I mean that last one, if you want your own separated space with a room upstairs, bonus living area. But if you just want one central area to hang out in, you can have a huge table over here, big old sectional couch, TV up there, still have room. This is a massive place, and these doors, slide them open. Again, at sunset, the sun's gonna come down over there. Tall ceilings back over here, and of course, like I said, that fence line, custom to this neighborhood, and I think their other neighborhood over there, Starpointe, has it as well. But it's specific to these communities. You're not gonna really see that anywhere in the valley. Back at the house, I was telling you, they're gonna have some view lots, which is gonna be on the north end of the community. I should put up a map here shortly. I'm also gonna throw up the drone, but back behind me, all these are gonna be their view lots. Right behind this is a canal, so you're gonna have the irrigation now going down there. There's a drop off, and then there's some farmlands back there. You can see a whole bunch of cows grazing. And beyond that, wish you could see it on camera, but you can see the foothills, kind of a semi-cloudy day, but still looks gorgeous. You got the mountains over there, great views, larger lots. Where I'm standing at now, this is where the community clubhouse is gonna be going. Right here, as you see, you got the community clubhouse, you got the big old pool, you got not tennis courts, because what's in is pickleball. You're gonna have some pickleball courts, little parking, little playground area, good walking path, seating area. Looks like that's gonna be a little green space too. I don't know what they're gonna put there. Maybe a walking path that goes over to the ravine, ends there, so you can kind of look out. You know, if you're not lucky and can afford one of these view lots, you can still go over there and appreciate the view. All right, really quickly, I just want to cut in here and jump to the map, because a lot of the times when I'm out there filming, I forget to talk about everything and it's hard to explain. It's much easier to hop on the map and show you. This is the Treasure Valley. You got Boise over here, airport. To get to Inspirado and Starpointe, you could take a couple routes. You can take the 84 right over here, and you can cut up Eagle Road or any of these other side streets to come up here, or you can hop over here, Chinden Road, take it all the way across, and this is where we're at. Right over here is Inspirado, and this side will be Starpointe. So again, we're Northwest Meridian, Star, Nampa, kind of in this little corner right over here. Down the road from here is Costco, Dutch Bro Coffees, restaurants, gas stations, all that type of stuff that you need. A little further down, over off Linder, you got more restaurants, more shopping, grocery stores. And if you go up this road into Star, you can hit Star and go to downtown. Not too much over here. You got mom and pop shops, little country cafes. You do got an Albertsons. Just a few options over here, so take your pick on which way you want to go. I do want to point out, for people who are fans of a certain chain restaurant, El Pollo Loco is supposedly coming on over here. Supposedly they filed permits to get a location near this Costco, so if you're a fan of El Pollo Loco, you're not going to be too far from that. Now, the model home I was in was right over here off Daybreak Run. This is kind of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and kind of 3, 4 right up over here. These are the view lots. Here's that canal I was talking about,
And this is what you're looking at when I said you're looking over all the cows and free range animals right over here. Right up front in this section, this is going to be their commercial area with restaurants. Again, they said it was going to be more high end, so you're not going to expect a Wingo's or anything like that. They're talking more like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods type of ordeal. They want to keep it a little more elevated than just, 99-cent stores and some random mattress store or something like that. They want this to be an experience, a special area. I will say nothing here is solidified just yet. This is all talk and speculation, so anything can be changing in this area. But that's the plan. A little more elevated, upscale shopping area. So if you're over here off of Inspirado, as you can see, you'll have walk-in access to get on over here. Pretty easy to walk in and do shopping, whatever they eventually bring to this area. Up in this area is going to be the community center that I showed you in the video. So the theme here is kind of more of an active lifestyle, more of a thoughtfully laid out master plan community versus Starpointe just across the road. You could still walk over, bike ride over. This road here, let's see if we could swap it over. I mean, it's a 2-lane road there. It's not, maybe in the future, there's going to be nice sidewalks where you can walk over. But the whole point of this side is really to have more of a luxury feel, more of a private, exclusive area. I'll flip-flop it back over here to this view. You can see like really large lots. There's not going to be as many homes on this side versus over here in Inspirado. And again, that's to keep that private feel. Even if you just look at the builder list, I mean, Pacific Lifestyle Homes, like I'm showing you, very high end. Other builders, Tradewind Homes, Ted Mason, Shadow Mountain, these are all very high end custom home builders. So again, you're going to get the luxury custom feel on this side versus an active master plan community over here on the Inspirado side. Now, one thing I do want to make sure I point out, just so you're aware and you know what's coming here in the future, is this road right here, State Route 16, State Highway 16, is actually in the works of being extended all the way down through here, kind of between Star Road and McDermott, all the way down to the 84 to create another off-ramp right here. Because as you see, we only have a few places you can exit off the freeway, so they're going to add one there to make it easier to get the Star up here in this area. So that's something, if you want to be away from some major roads, I mean, you're not too far from here. Good distance. Really, this is an access way for people to get to Star Road. Here's kind of a picture of it from the Idaho Department of Transportation. Again, it's coming from State Route 16. It's going to go all the way up to Star, up to Emmett, all the way through down to hit the Interstate 84. Now, a little bit on Pacific Lifestyle Home, super high quality. They're from Washington, relatively new builder to the valley. They have great designs and a huge array of floor plans that you can really adjust. I'll go over here and show you some of those. And well, right there. And this is what I really love about them. Virtually design your dream home. So what they do is if you go under contract with them, they're going to send you a link and you can go online, kind of start picking and choosing what you want to upgrade, what you don't want to upgrade, and it's going to show you lifetime pricing and how those adjust. I absolutely love that. Talk about transparency. I only know a handful of builders in the valley who do this. I am currently under contract with some other buyers with another builder who doesn't have something like this built out. And it's really kind of like finding a needle in a haystack when you're asking some of these builders, hey, what's it going to cost to do this? What's it going to cost to do this? And they're over here at about $10,000. Well, is it $10,000 or is it $15,000? Because that makes a difference. So this feature I absolutely love. It makes the experience of you personalizing and designing your home a whole lot easier and a bunch more transparent. I absolutely love this feature. Again, over here is all their floor plans for 8, 12, 13, 14 different floor plans, ranging from 3 bedroom, 6 bedroom, 1,400 square feet, all the way up to 3,650 square feet. So A lot to choose from, and even right here, I didn't even notice multi-gen. They have a multi-gen option. So there's a lot to choose from depending on the lifestyle you need and the type of home that fits your family best. If you are at all inspired and are really liking what you're seeing by Pacific Lifestyle Home or the communities I'm showing you, Inspirado, Starpointe, or if you're curious about any other communities that they have in the Valley, I invite you to give me a call, shoot me a text so we can connect and really come up with a game plan, really dig deep, find out what you're looking for, and see if we can match your lifestyle to the perfect home and to the perfect community. And look, regardless if you have already decided that you're coming to Idaho, you're moving here, or if you're just speculating, hey, I like the idea of moving out here, and you think, hey, maybe 2-3 years out, it absolutely does not matter to me what your timeline is. I'd love to be able to just connect, see if we're a good fit to work together, and see if we can find you some of these unique communities and these unique homes. Here's a little story for you. About 2 years ago, I had some folks reach out to me saying, hey Leo, we're interested in moving to Idaho. However, we don't want to waste your time. We're about 2-3 years out from making a move. I told them, that's great. You're not wasting my time. We hopped on a phone call. I got to learn a little bit about them. They learned a little bit about me and how I operate. They flew out here. We did a little home tour, checked out some different areas, checked out some homes. And over the course of the next year, we stayed in touch very lightly, and most importantly, in a non-spammy way. I wasn't shooting them spam emails. I wasn't shooting them spam texts. Fast forward to a couple months ago, plans have changed, and they were ready to start the buying process. I already knew what they wanted. They knew how I operated. We hit the ground running. We found a home, put it under contract, and now we're just waiting for it to finish. All that to say, make sure you contact me. You're not going to bother me. Doesn't matter if you're years away or if you're moving next week. So let's go continue the tour and check out home number 2.
Okay, so we jumped the road and we're now we left Inspirado and now we're at Starpointe, still with Pacific Lifestyle Home. And see, this community looks a lot different, a lot slimmer. We'll go down here and check what this is all about a little later. Looks like a nice greenway with some water. We're here at the model home. They're using it as an office space. So what your opportunity is here is you get to come here and buy the home, and you can do a lease back. You essentially buy the home for the builders and you rent it back to them so they can still use it as an office. So if you're looking for an investment opportunity, that's a great way to do it right there. Or if you're just not ready to move but you don't want to lose out on this. So this side features other builders as well. What's kind of cool is compared to Inspirado here at Starpointe, the lots are bigger. You'll see that in the backyard. So if you didn't like the backyard at the other home we were just at, consider this one. And I will say this home is just as good. Immediately when you walk in, you get the bench. Nice place to put your coat, shoes, stay away from all the rain sludge, and this is pretty cool. We'll get to the bedrooms in a second, but I don't know, what do you call this? It has a little light over there. You can put the family picture up here with a little table and burn some incense, or I don't know, do something really cool there. You got 2 closets on each side, plenty of storage. This one has a hanging area for your coats. And I think this one had shelves, somewhere like that linen closet or, yep, this one had shelves so you can store things in there. Let's go over here. This one's a 3-bedroom, I think they said 98 square feet, around the 2,000 square feet range. Front bedroom, got it staged as an office. You got your closet over here, really nice, bright. Gonna get good morning sunlight coming through here, and this is pretty unique. They got the sliding window, but they also have these little ledgers right here just for better style, better look. Right across the way is bedroom 2. Just the same. Good space in here, closet, got your crawl space access over there. And then let's head out. Here in the middle is the shared full bathroom. And what's nice is down this hallway, which I should mention is really wide, A lot of space. They even have this opening up here to give it that elevated feel. What I was gonna say is what's really nice is they have a half bathroom, so any guests don't have to go to the full bathroom over there for the whoever stays in those bedrooms. You get a half bath over here with, like I said before, you gotta have, in a half bath, you always have to have an accent wall over here. And this one has a nice stone tile accent wall going through. I like that. That's really nice. Nice standing vanity there. And of course, living room, kitchen combo. I mean, look at that. Again, almost feels like a house up in the foothills, but we're not up in the foothills. We're out in Northwest Meridian, right on the border of Star, kind of pushing the Nampa. Let's take a look at this kitchen here. This home is called the Holly, so if you like this floor plan, they got plenty of lots. We'll go take a look, quick drive through over there, see what that looks like. Really nice tabletops. Oh gosh, I'm losing my words. What are these called? Countertops, not tabletops. Really nice countertops. Got the sink, double oven, and the microwave up there. And I love how it runs along the wall, just continuous. The nice open hooded vent. Pantry, plenty of storage. Ooh, and look at this over here. Dining area, but this backyard, like I said, it's much bigger than that last home we were at. You got an outdoor fireplace, outlets and everything to put an outdoor TV in here. Much bigger yard. It's nice and shaded too, because north is this way. And so the sun's gonna be going, you know, east to west, which means you should always be nice and shaded over here in this patio to hang out in. And you got your grill stub over there. Good sized backyard, not too big, perfect for outdoor living. And then here we go to the living room. Huge space, lots of natural light. Awesome fireplace area with little seating places on the side over here. Ooh, with hanging lights, drop down lights over here. That's nice. And then over here is the laundry room that leads to the garage that's being used as a sale office. I won't go in there and bother them. And then right over here is the master bedroom with the double doors. Again, elevated feel. You know, we're in Northwest Meridian. A lot of good homes out here. What I really liking about Pacific Lifestyle Home is it makes you feel like you're living in $1 million home. This one's right in that 800 area, 800-ish area. Again, you could do a lease back here, so you don't have to move in right away. You can still rent it out to the builders and make some income that way. I will head over here to the bathroom, freestanding tub. And again, with the mirrors, like I mentioned before, we're seeing a lot of this in new construction modern homes where each sink gets their own mirror and own hanging light versus a one giant block of mirror, which is kind of cool because it brings out all the accents that you do, makes this pop a little bit better. Got a shower, 2 shower heads, little niche, and this backsplash. I see a lot of gloss and shine coming through. My eyes are being tripped. That's a nice backsplash. Got the toilet and the closet. All right, so here's a quick rundown on the pricing for the homes that I showed you by Pacific Lifestyle Home. And again, this is at time of recording, so it might not be accurate. But the first home I showed you was the Molalla floor plan with a bonus, 3-bed, 3.5 bath, 2542 square feet. That is listed at $769,900. Over at Starpointe, the model home I showed you was the Holly, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2098 square feet, listed at $839,900. Now both of those have the leaseback opportunity, so you can purchase those homes
rent it back to Pacific Lifestyle Homes so they continue using it as their office. And when they usually do these leasebacks at the point of contract, that's usually where you're going to see all the terms laid out. They're going to say, hey, we need this office space for 3, 6, 9 months, maybe up to a year, and we're going to pay you X amount. So you can kind of line that with a mortgage, monthly payments, see if it's something that's going to make sense for you. Generally, as a whole, for Pacific Lifestyle Homes in these two communities, you're looking at high 500s up to the millions. Right now, the lowest one I'm seeing is 574, going all the way up, again, up to $1 million plus, depending on the upgrades you put in there. And they're still in phase one. There's still a lot of homes coming. And what we do know is once they sell a home, they use that as a comparable for the next home they sell. And they keep doing that over and over. Kind of raises prices, and your chances of equity from being in phase one is pretty high. And with that being said, thank you for watching. If you found that video helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. What I absolutely love doing is shining a spotlight on some builders and communities that don't really get the forefront, don't get that heavy spotlight, but still have a lot to offer. If you are relocating and you just haven't found the perfect fit, I am telling you, there are so many hidden gems out there, and I would absolutely love being the one that helps you find them. So please stick around, hit the subscribe button, and follow along.